Good morning and Assalamu alaikum everyone. We are pleased to have all the dignitaries joining us today at the Amplelogic Pharma Summit 2023. It's an absolute privilege for Amplelogic team to be hosting the second edition of Amplelogic Pharma Summit in Cairo, which is based on the theme Bridge the Digital Gap in Life Sciences Industry, MENA region. We are delighted to receive an overwhelming response from the industry leaders, witnessing presence of more than 80 leaders joining us at the summit today. We have all gathered here with one aim, which is to exchange and learn from the industry experts and thought leaders to empower our journey towards digital transformation in Pharma 4.0. The digital revolution has been disrupting and the pace of adoption is accelerating. Executives across industries are executing digital transformation as a part of their corporate strategies. The pharmaceutical and life sciences industry has been very cautious in applying digital technology to improve manufacturing and supply chain operation thus far. Yet, that caution becoming a hindrance as the pharma industry faces growing challenges, including globalization, great supply chain complexity, prices and cost pressure, and personalized medicine. Among others, digitization holds tremendous potentials in helping companies adapt. By applying digital technology, companies can significantly increase visibility in their supply chain operations and make better and faster decisions. Digitization allows companies to fully integrate their supply chain. Organized this summit to empower the leaders of the industry to address the key challenges in their digital growth. With this, I, on behalf of Amplelogic, welcome each of you at the event and assure that you are going to leave the summit with great takeaways in the form of learning, networking, and also chances to win prizes. Yes, we have an exciting contest where you can win amazing prizes. All you need to do is scan QR code presented on your tables, follow Amplelogic page, take your selfie or photo with participants and post them on LinkedIn profile, add hashtag AlPharmaSummit and tag Amplelogic page. 5 winners from the lucky draw shall win the prizes at the end of the event. I hope you are all excited. I'm now pleased to invite our has successfully completed 13 years of being global digital solution provider with more than 100 global clients in India, the US, Europe, and the Middle East. With his passion for technology and vision to empower organizations to reimagine business with digital transformation, he has been instrumental in building Amplelogic as a global brand, trusted by Fortune 500 pharma companies. Mr. Manne is a voracious speaker and a thought leader whose articles are published in national and international magazines. He is a SME in pharma digital transformation and low-code technology. Welcome, Mr. Manne.
Very good morning. Good morning. So, thanks for presenting here. Be here. Are like connecting back again, right? Yes. You are meeting all your old friends. Yes or no? Yes. No, the voice is not coming out good. Is it yes or no? You are meeting all your old friends? Yes, right? So I see many of you talking to each other, not from the same company, from a different companies, right? So bridge the gap, right? Bridge the digital gap in the life sciences industry. Is it sounds interesting? Wow. So, just a second, sir. Yeah. So move from a paper-based process to electronic recording. Or no? No. The first question, how many no and how many yes? Please participate. No, right? Or yes? No. No is coming more, right? And the second one, do you get any instant ROI after move to electronic systems? I think, doctor, you're asking the same question in the morning. Do I get any instant ROI after move to electronic systems? Yes or no? Yes? No? How many? Huh? Yes. You're saying yes. And it depends. Right? Now, here I'm going to talk about how, that you can take a benefit, right, of an digitalization, right, to answer your first question. Right, how you can. So when you wanted to start, so how many organizations are having this solution? You have an SAP? Yes? Right. So SAP where you are managing all your resources, right? So the next solution, what anybody will think is that your LIMS, laboratory information system, or an electronic lab notebook, right? So the next one, do they integrate? Do they talk to each other? Do they talk to each other in your current system? So the talking to each other will really helps you the benefit of an automation, the first level of benefit. They need to talk to each other, right? So today, the systems are being working in the silos, right? Independent systems. Right? So electronic QMS system where you manage your complaints, CAPAs, or that your change controls and everything. So the next thing, it has to talk to your SAP. It has to talk to your SAP because SAP manages all your master data. Yes? So the next, your document management system and your learning management system, right? So they need to also talk to each other. And the next one is your regulatory information management system. So you have all this particular data, that the data need to be collected by the regulatory information management system and before you are submitting to the regulatory bodies. And you also need to have managing your the complete that operations of your production or engineering. And the next one, your calibration and preventive maintenance, right? So if you are doing something and the calibration and preventive maintenance of the equipment is not being done on time, you cannot use the equipment in the production, right? So it has to have that these particular calibration and preventive maintenance to make sure that your engineering department is also in compliance. So then the environmental monitoring, right? So these are the solutions. If you see, these solutions are not independent solutions. They are the independent solutions when you are creating them, but they need to talk to the other systems. So today I'll tell you the classic problem. When you are building an electronic QMS system, and the timestamp of your document management published date may be different. Now it leads to complaints issue. When they talk to each other, then you can able to address that complaints issue. Now this environmental monitoring. How is your your settle plates and all these things, how you are managing it. So the next. So some of you who are taking the pictures, please hold on, that at the end of it you can take the picture. Now once you have all these things, now you start working on an electronic batch manufacturing. Right? Whenever you are manufacturing a batch, right, there is an alarm came into the picture. Now how you are going to manage that alarm. Right? So these are all the things which is going to be, your alarm is going to be managed in your electronic logbook. So when all these things, right, interconnected, then you can strong they are talking to each other. Right? Do you think this way I can address a compliance issue within electronic systems? Yes or no? Not getting an answer. So the answer is yes. So now you have all this data, right? Once you have all this data, you are going to submit a PQR report once in a year, right? Product quality report, will you make it? Yes? So the product quality review report will automatically generated by the software by collecting the data from your MES system, from a LIM system, and from your EQMS system and all other systems. So this really makes you to be a compliant. Right. So what permissions that the users have in the respective softwares. So that's where is a single sign-on, wherein I log in with one user ID and password, I will access to all these solutions. Right? So with this, you are getting a compliance so that you are not leaving any room for manual intervention. Today what is happening, your document management system or an electronic logbook will not talk to each other. So what happens, you will maintain some information manually. So if you are managing that information manually, it is lying with a specific person, right? So when you have this kind of, that integrated system, you can able to address your compliance issues. Electronic system, right? You have an electronic system and the electronic system is working independently. But if there is, for example, if I have a preventive maintenance is not done on the equipment, I will not allow the EBMR, like MES system, to punch in that equipment at all. Getting my point? If your calibration of preventive maintenance of an equipment is not done on time, I will not allow that equipment selection in your MES system. And if the person is not trained from this LMS system specific to that process, I will not allow that user to log into the system. In this way, I can able to address the compliance issues. I don't need to manually check is there or not, because to all of you, so that you can also add on any kind of points. So no worries, if you couldn't able to take the pics, we will definitely share you those presentations. Right? So now, So integrated solutions will help the organizations in zero observation. So when you have all these integrated, now you can able to do this. Now the question is like, when I talk about an ROI, how much is the cost of a deviation? When the deviations itself is not been coming in, which is not, I am not saying deviations will not come. Deviations will come. Deviations will not come from these systems and on the system dependencies. You are going to save a lot of money. Right? And your audit preparation is the biggest challenge. Every time there is an audit, you need to put a good amount of efforts for right? So now I just, so that's one slide, and just to give you some overview about an Amplelogic. So Amplelogic, we are into the business almost from nearly 13 years. Now I just said 12 years is completed. We are running in the 13th years of our this thing. And we have 100 plus customers and 19 solutions are there and 250 engineers works for us. And we have a development center in India, which is a 20,000 square feet office space, wherein we have nearly 250 engineers works. And coming to this, and on this note, I would like to thank L&LS and also Delta Pharma and also Utopia for choosing Amplelogic to automate their process. I think from my end and all some of you definitely will be knowing, and he is the one who is that taking care of talking to customer communications and all from our end. So the Amplelogic is also been that we have almost nearly a good amount of research has been done by the organizations that big companies about what actually this Amplelogic is all about, right? So there is an international magazine, right? International Journal of Pharma Research talks about Amplelogic is one of the best QMS system in comparison with the other leading players, and also that the BAS research and the data bridge. Along with this, you can also check out our website. There are nearly 12 plus organizations, the independent organization who has done their research on Amplelogic capabilities. So and please put your questions forward to all the speakers. There are good line of speakers are there. We will introduce those speakers before they start their session, but we request you to be more participative and please put your questions to them and try to get some kind of that the guidance from them so that make this event as a big successful. Thank you very much.